Here's something to remember. You got to choose your chosen destiny. Even though God chose your destiny, you got to choose it. Not because God gave you birth to do something great doesn't mean you're going to become great. You got to choose what he chose. Why? Because there's a problem with humanity. I call it a problem. It's really a challenge. And that is, your destiny is established, but it's not guaranteed. It's like me paying for my son and daughter to go to college. I pay their tuition, but whether they graduate is up to them, not me. So my destiny for them is already established, and I'm paying the tuition. I see that they have a degree at the end. I've already seen their end. So I send them to the school because I see their end. They are graduates. They have a degree. So I see their end. But will they make it? It's not up to me. God is the same way. God's already established your end, but whether you make it there is up to you. God doesn't study for you or obey himself for you. You and I have a challenge. And the challenge is, here's the challenge, because man possesses a will, you have to choose your chosen destiny. You are not an animal that lives on instinct. You live on decisions. And even though God has a good plan for your life, he knows what he wants for you. And God has some things he wants you to accomplish in 2005. Whether you will do it is not up to God. That's why this night is so important, and this message is so important, because the Holy Spirit spoke to me and says, tell them to stay on course. I tell you, your destiny is determined by your decisions. Your destiny decides your course in life. It's a very important point to write down. Your destiny decides your course in life. Once you know where you're supposed to go in life, if you know what your dream is to become, that decides your course. Wherever you want to end up determines the route you choose, the practices that you incubate in your own life, the habits that you develop. Your course is chosen by your destiny. Now, your choices determine your course. That's another complication. Your destiny decides your course, but then your choices determines the course that you are on. How many of you made plans last year? You made some resolutions. You got them on paper. You printed them up. They're in your computer. You got them on the wall and haven't done one of them. You know why? Because even though you set your course, you didn't make the choices that was in keeping with your course. Making a plan is no guarantee you're going to succeed. It's the choices that keeps you on the course that will determine your destiny. Here's a question. Do you know what course you are on? This statement is very, very frightening to me. We all know the course we are on. That's a frightening statement. Everyone in this auditorium and everybody watching this television program, listening to this tape, listening to this CD, I know that you know what course you are on. You know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly where you're headed. If you're beginning to smoke, you know your course is cancer. If you just casually sipping your beer, you know if you don't change your course, you will end up being alcoholic. You know if you're sniffing around, doing your little cocaine on the side, you know that you're telling your cousin you're going to end up on the streets. You know that. If you keep going to work late and getting the boss mad, you know your future. In other words, we all know the course we are on. Getting up late, not exercising, and eating a lot of pork chop. You ain't got no revelation to know your future. Your future's already known by you. You know the course you're on. You feel that pain. You know it's time to exercise. And you keep finding 10 excuses why you wouldn't. You've chosen your course. You know the course you're on. If you are stealing money, just a little bit of money from the bank, every month for the last 6 months, you know your course. You know the course you're on. If you're lying about your relationships, if you are lying about things that you should not be doing, you know your course. We all know the course we're on. My question is, do you want to stay on that course this year? You got to make decisions to get on the course that is in keeping with your destiny in God.